Good morning, boys and girls. Today we're going to read together a story. What should I do in God's house? And this is where Jesus reads from the Bible, from the scriptures. And you'll find that in your own Bibles in Luke's Gospel, chapter 4. Look, who is here? Some people said. All the people looked. Jesus was coming. He was coming into God's house. Jesus went up where the people could see him. Then he looked at God's word. Jesus began to read what God's word said. The boys and girls were quiet. The mothers and fathers were quiet too. Jesus told them about God's Son. He told them what God's word said about him. I am God's son, he told them. No, some of the people said, you are not God's son. The people did not like what Jesus said. They took him away from God's house. They tried to kill him. But Jesus went away from them. These people made Jesus sad. They did not do what they should with God's Son. Boys and girls, today there are questions that we can ask ourselves. What did Jesus do in God's house? What did the people do? What should people do with God's Son in God's house? And we also have something that we can do. What things should you do in God's house when we all get back together again? Do we love each other? Do we fight with each other? Do we read God's word? Do we sing hymns in praise to God? What are the things that we should do in God's house?